Hello guys! And even though it is still winter in Ukraine, today I'm wearing a t-shirt. And do you know why? Because it is getting really hot in Crimea, as Crimea is getting back home to Ukraine. Lots of explosions were heard on Russian military objects in Sevastopol, Saki, Feodosia, Rozdilne, Gvardeyske, but most importantly, a serious, huge blast was on Russian military airfield in Belbek. Wrong. This airfield belongs to Ukrainian Tactic Aviation Brigade that is actually returning there. But first, some storm shadows. There were also explosions deep inside Russian Riga. Yeah, St. Petersburg again. Let me tell you more of such important and sweet news. My name is Anna and I vlog daily from Ukraine since the start of the brutal Russian invasion. So if you're new to the channel, you support Ukraine, please subscribe and help us fight against Russian propaganda, fake news and their troops on our land. And my longtime friends, check your subscription status and hit notification button. So today is the day of explosions in Crimea. I have to confess, as a Ukrainian, this land has always been hotter than the rest of Ukraine because of its geographical location. Actually, Crimea lays in the subtropical zone. Can you imagine how big my country is? It can be really hot in the It can be really cold in the north of Ukraine and quite warm in Crimea. Crimea was actually designed by God to be an ideal place for resorts, tourism and relaxation. It has sea, it has mountains, it has beautiful cultures like Crimean Tatar, food, everything. But Russians turned it into a military base with their rotting warships that constantly turn into submarines. Pathetic. And as soon as Crimea is back to Ukraine, I'm sure it will be reconstructed and open to many beautiful people who will come for a Crimea party. But today we were still cleaning the territory from invaders, and that's why there were explosions in Sevastopol, Saki, Feodosia, Rozdilne, Gvardeysk, and of course on the military airfield. There are lots of videos from Crimean publics, well, because people are waiting to return back to Ukraine and the support inside Crimea is growing enormously because they believe it is real, and it is real. Remember to subscribe if you're new to the channel to demonstrate your solidarity to see Russia defeated and to see Crimea returning back to Ukraine. And today, evil Crimea bridge, Kerch bridge was paralyzed, and I do hope that sometime soon our missiles and creativity will reach and turn it into underwater tunnel or whatever they want. It is important to understand that today Belbek airfield is used to attack Ukraine. Now Russians are using Crimea as a base for their military supply, also for bringing Russian orcs to the front lines. That's why it's vital to return it back to Ukraine, and I'm sure it will happen sometime soon because, come on, since the start of Ukrainian counteroffensive, we've managed to destroy almost all of their air defense on the peninsula, and we see that vulnerability. Remember that Black Sea Navy escaped from the Black Sea actually to the Russian part of it, where it belongs, perhaps losing on their way one of the Russian admirals. Sokolov was never seen after the attack on Black Sea headquarters in Sevastopol this September. So after the return of Crimea, 100% it will be easier to return the other occupied territories. So Russians are afraid of that, but seems like there is nothing they can do. Taking into account they also have lots of problems inside, deep inside Russian Riga. And last night, St. Petersburg, the favorite city of Kremlin Goblin, was targeted. An oil factory was on fire. This is oil used for ships and machinery, and the explosion was huge. Many people woke up at night. Of course, no civilian victims because we are not bullies, haters, orcs. We care for the end of this war, but on Ukrainian terms. We were not the one to start it, but we will definitely be the ones to end it. So what is beautiful is how this case, I mean, explosions in St. Petersburg are commended by the governor of Leningrad region. A region around St. Petersburg is still named after Lenin, the main communist. So anyway, they said, just listen to it, that Russian air defense system S-300 or S-400, I don't remember exactly, managed to target Ukrainian drone. So that was a success, according to Russia. But somehow this targeted drone continued flying and landed, causing explosion on the factory. A huge anti-missile complex targeting small Ukrainian drone with success, and the drone is capable to land with explosion inside the factory. This is how Russians live. They manipulate everything. They distort their reality. And this is such BS that I cannot imagine anyone more or less sane, even people without any media literacy, to not understand what's happening. Like, come on, you targeted a drone, but it still landed and exploded where it exactly wanted. This is everything that you need to know about not just how Russian air defense system works, but also how Russian brains works. Pathetic. And it seems like Raccoon is winning over me, because we had a voting on my community tab for my very exciting new experience that is coming with beautiful NAFA community. And the patch that we are going to develop for the next campaign is going to be with Raccoon. I will keep you updated on when the campaign launches and can't wait to introduce you to the unit we are going to help together. Also, remember to subscribe to my Instagram. I'm active there, Threads, Twitter, and beautiful Discord community. Thank you so much for buying me coffees, becoming my patrons, and being my real support and inspiration. Guys, I'm beyond grateful. And also, check our merch shop. All the links that you need are in the description of this video. Thank you once again, and Slava Ukraini!